November 13th, 2018. I uploaded my first ever matchup video between Doomguy and Kratos. This video was made a little bit after God of War came out and over a year and a half before Doom Eternal released. Because of it, Doomguy's feats and powers were all based on the lore given in Doom 2016. And if you are well versed on Doom lore, you will know how hard it was to powerscale Doomguy only using that game as a reference. January 16th, 2021. I uploaded round 2 between Doomguy and Kratos, and at the time, Doom Eternal and the Ancient Gods Part 1 had already released. There was a ton of new lore that showcased just how stupidly broken Doomguy is in reality, yet I knew that the Ancient Gods Part 2 was probably going to expand Doomguy's feats of power even more, and that the sequel to God of War 2018, that being Ragnarok, was probably going to do the same thing with Kratos as well. And well, now that it's been almost 2 fucking years since the Ancient Gods Part 2 came out, and a little over a month since God of War Ragnarok released, let me quickly say that yes, everything has fucking changed. So sit down, grab your boy, and let's repent our way straight into this shit. This video is sponsored by Displate. Real talk, my friends. I love showing off my passions to everyone that comes to my home. It's a great way to start conversations and connect with other people. Yet I hate how putting up posters sucks, how they damage the wall, and how a single light source can absolutely ruin the experience. Thankfully, Displate is here to get rid of all of your problems. With over 1 million jaw-dropping designs, each Displate is a high-quality poster design printed on metal. Say goodbye to using drills and ruining your walls. Displate features an easy to install magnet mounting system. Just to clean the wall, put on the protective leaf, stick the magnet, and you are set. Ah, qué hermosura, preciosidad. For the entirety of December, Displate is running an awesome discount. Click the link down below and get 20% off if you buy 1 or 2 Displates, or get 30% off if you get 3 or more Displates. Christmas is right around the corner, my friends, and to be completely honest, some Displates would make a great present. Special thanks to Displate for sponsoring this video and also for the awesome gift. Thank you. Hello friends, so today is my birthday. I'm turning 26 years old, and the best birthday gift you could give me was leaving a like and sharing this video. Thank you very much. I have covered extensively just how stupidly broken Doomguy is, so I will start this video with the God of fucking War first. Also, spoilers for God of War Ragnarok ahead. In the latest entry of the God of War franchise, it is made very apparent that something is wrong with Kratos. Sure, Kratos still portrays the same levels of strength and power it did in the past game, yet it feels as if Kratos is getting weaker as time goes on, and at one point in the game he just couldn't take the pain and suffering anymore, and he defeatedly went to sleep. It was stated by the developers of God of War that the gods from the Greek mythology get stronger the more they age, and that also applies with Kratos. Physically speaking, Kratos is as strong as he can get, and he's only getting stronger by the second, yet mentally that's another story. In the God of War comic titled Fallen God, we see how Kratos got from Greece to Midgard. In a span of hundreds of years, Kratos' sanity was slowly but surely being stripped away thanks to his past, his curse of immortality, and the Blades of Chaos. In that comic, Kratos makes an oath to defeat and overcome his past self, yet his curses were too much for him to handle, to the point that he actually went insane at one point. A lot of people have an incorrect view of Kratos' immortality and durability in the games. In God of War Chains of Olympus, the queen of the underworld Persephone curses Kratos to forever wander on the earth, stating that his suffering will never end.
Your suffering will never end. ghost of Sparta.
The immortality Kratos possesses is extremely different as the one gods like Zeus and Thor have. Zeus and Thor are immortal as well as all of the other gods. They will never die of old age, yet they are susceptible to die forever if they are killed, whereas Kratos does not. In the main story, Kratos has died a total of 4 times. He died by being impaled by a spike thrown by Ares in the first God of War. He died by being pierced by the blade of Olympus in God of War 2. He died by falling off of Olympus in God of War 3. And he died by Thor's hand in God of War Ragnarok. In each one of these instances, Kratos should have stayed dead, but his curse and fate itself wouldn't let that happen. Kratos can die, yes, but in doing so, he will never achieve true death. Every time he is killed, fate will play its cards and have Kratos come back in one way or the other. It's not that fate favors Kratos over everyone else, it's just that fate loves to watch Kratos suffer. Still, being able to best Kratos in physical combat is next to impossible, unless you are fucking Thor. In God of War Ragnarok, it is stated that Thor and Kratos are very similar in raw strength, right until Kratos lets go and finally unleashes his true nature, the true God of War.
There he is. There's the God of War.
Ironically, the reason why Kratos seems weaker in Ragnarok is thanks to his mental degradation. Kratos, in all of his wisdom and calm nature, is tormented by his past actions beyond reason. The man just wants to have a good sleep at least once. Ever since he mistakenly killed his wife and daughter in the original God of War, Kratos hasn't had a single chance to sleep profoundly. Every single time he went to sleep, he had nightmares of his past actions, first with the murder of his daughter and wife, and now with the death of Faye and his duty to protect his son. He has had nightmares of his past every single day for the past 1,000 years, and every time he woke up, the blades of chaos, the one thing that reminds him the monster he was before, appear right in front of him. Kratos went literal years without catching a single nap, only because in doing so meant that the blades of chaos will spawn in front of him once again. All of these things have shaped up the man Kratos is today, a tired, tormented and scared man that is trying his damn best to protect his son from the evil of the world. And this is what primarily makes Kratos seem weaker in Ragnarok. In God of War 2018, we learned that Kratos was holding back pretty much 90% of his power for the sake of Atreus. Yet in Ragnarok, the lore expands. The reason why Kratos holds back a lot is because he's tormented. Not scared, but fucking tormented that in just letting go, he will go back to his old rage-fueled, bloodlusted self and basically do a God of War 3 all over again, killing everyone in sight. Maybe even Atreus. The mental strain of trying to keep his anger in check and his emotions strictly under control has taken a huge toll on his mental fortitude. The few times Kratos does revert to his past self, the true God of War persona, we can see in his expression after the fact that he absolutely despises and hates what he just did. Thanks to all of this, we have learned one very important thing. Kratos will only let go and become the true God of War if Atreus is on immediate danger, and by that I mean certain death. That is why in a lot of fights throughout the Nordic God of War, we see Kratos struggle, a lot. He gets beaten up, he gets really tired, to the point where he cannot even walk. The fact that Kratos holds back because he is afraid to what would happen if he went full God of War mode is what makes him weak and even vulnerable. Let me remind you that Thor managed to kill Kratos in Ragnarok, and the only reason why Thor revived him was not because he wanted to see the true God of War like he stated, but because fate made that happen so that Kratos didn't die, continuing his suffering. In conclusion, what's holding back Kratos and making him vulnerable to heavy injuries, sickness, and even death is his own fear of himself. A lot of people thought that old Kratos scaled to young Kratos in terms of magical abilities, but now that is not the case. Kratos confirmed that ever since the Greek pantheon was destroyed, he now is unable to bring forth the magic he once possessed. So things like being able to summon lightning, using the golden fleece, using the boots of Hermes, and every other thing he could use on God of War 3 is now useless and gone. The only abilities Kratos possesses now is ungodly raw strength, unshaken durability, and regeneration. Kratos reveals in Ragnarok that the only way for he or Atreus to self-heal is for them to control their emotions and focus their power.
First, focus, heal.
So Kratos cannot recall his past abilities, yet still, even when holding back a lot, he is still a fucking monster. Kratos was able to defeat all of the Valkyries and their queen, who all of them traveled to all 9 realms to collect the souls of the dead, faster than the blink of an eye. They are even faster than the fucking Bifrost, giving Kratos infinite speed. Like Corey fucking Barlock once stated, old Kratos is physically leagues stronger than young Kratos, which let me remind you that young Kratos was able to kill Thanatos, a primordial entity and the very concept and personification of death in the Greek pantheon, before he got a lot of his broken abilities. TLDR, Kratos is busted, but his immense mental fortitude of always trying to be under control of himself is what ultimately makes him vulnerable to death itself. Just like Kratos, Doomguy is just stupidly broken as well. As I have said many times in the past, gameplay mechanics do not necessarily align with the lore of the game you are playing. In the gameplay of Doom, Doomguy uses guns to kill demons and can actually be injured, even killed by those same demonic beings. Yet in the lore of the game, it is outright 1,000,000% impossible for any creature in the multiverse of Doom to even do something that can be accounted as damage to Doomguy. First, his armor suit has been stated to withstand lasers that had an energy output of 2 mega Kelvin or 2 million Kelvin. If you didn't know, the surface of our sun is just 6,000 Kelvin. So canonically, Doomguy can bathe in the lava of the sun. And to top it all off, his armor is just there for swag. His actual body is even more tough than his armor suit. Doomguy is able to withstand the energy absorption of an Argent energy cell, which contains enough nuclear energy to power a whole city for a full year. That is an incomprehensible amount of energy that flows through Doomguy instantly in less than a millisecond, and he's just chilling like if it was any other morning coffee. On the ending of the Ancient Gods Part 2, Doomguy fights and defeats the creator of the multiverse and hell itself, the Voth. The lore states that the Voth scales above and created the Father, ruler of the Makers, which was stated to have infinite power and had dominion over the millions of different timelines and multiverses multiverses that were imploding inward thanks to Doomguy just existing. The Voth also created Hell, a realm that is unlimited by time, space, and dimension itself. It is stated in the lore that if Doomguy left the Voth unchecked, he would eventually destroy and consume the multiverse itself. Knowing that, Doomguy basically said, "Fuck you, bitch," punched him in the face and walked away, like a true Chad. Doomguy being able to defeat with ease a multiversal level threat makes him easily, without questions asked, a multiversal level being with infinite speed, strength, and durability. In the entirety of the Doom franchise, we have never seen Doomguy suffer or struggle in any way, shape, or form, for the exception of the cutscenes where they show Doomguy struggling because he is a human. This is further backed up when we see that in all of the infinite possibilities of different timelines, dimensions, and universes, there is only one constant that remained unshaken through the passage of time, and that is the existence of Doomguy and his eternal battle with Hell's forces. Doomguy has become a primordial force of nature that exists in every possible timeline with the sole purpose to open up Hell's ass with a single punch. Now, taking into account everything I've said since the beginning of this video until now, who would win on a battle, Kratos or Doomguy? In the past, I would have said that this was a tie. Hell, that was the verdict in my last two videos discussing this same topic. Yet, with the release of Ragnarok and having a good understanding of both Kratos and Doomguy's mental state, I would say that on an idealistic situation where Kratos is trying too damn hard to hold back his inner God of War, Doomguy, just like Thor did, would eventually give Kratos the killing blow. Yet, at some point, fate will intervene and somehow bring Kratos back for more. Doomguy and Kratos are equal in terms of raw physical power, and that's a fact. If they both arm wrestled, it will be a tie. They both have killed the primordial creatures that transcend creation itself. They both have infinite fucking speed and stupid amounts of durability power. Yet, what differentiates them the most is their mental state. Doomguy is not bound by and to anything. He is free to go batshit insane if he wants. Unfortunately, he has lost it all and is driven by pure hatred and rage. And Kratos is quite the opposite. He is bound to his duty to protect Atreus and to raise him to be a loving but strong god. And by knowing that, I just cannot help myself and compare Kratos to Guts from Berserk. Before Guts re-encounters with Casca on the Conviction arc, he was free. He could battle against demons from the middle of the fucking night till daytime with nothing holding him back. But once he rescued Casca from Father Musgus and began a journey to Elfheim, we can see how over time Guts becomes mentally exhausted. I knew this journey wouldn't be easy with the two of us cursed. It's not just the rigors of travel, it goes far beyond a personal war. Fighting to protect someone. And it's not just about completely protecting Casca, because my death will result in her death. I'm used to fighting to survive, but what grows worse daily is the pressure not to die. Have I ever before wielded a sword so heavy? That, my friends, is the main difference between Doomguy and Kratos. One is fighting to kill and one is fighting to protect. Thank you so much for watching this video.